I can't remember where it all began. We were young and innocent then.
Do you remember
how it fell in love? It was too late.
Do you remember?
To remember. Welcome to Soft Launch, everybody. Back from DR with another episode immediately, son. Touchdown, got right in the booth. And before we start this episode, let's just say how fucking nice of you and I to come back from our vacation, and the first thing we do is turn on the camera and record this podcast.
Exactly. Do it for the people.
We do it for the people, and people, we just want to let you know, we're fucking exhausted.
Yeah, we're jet lagged even though there wasn't much of time being on a jet.
There was zero time on a jet and zero time difference.
Yeah, zero time difference, but yeah, we're a bit tired.
We're just tired. We're tired, kids. We had an amazing week in the Dominican Republic. We've gone through a lot as a unit.
Yes.
And we can't wait to tell you all about it in our first segment called
One Thing About We.
And One Thing About Us. We had an amazing weekend in DR.
We did. We had a wonderful week.
How long were we there altogether?
We were there for 5 days.
Yes.
5 days, 4 nights. Mm-hmm. Yes.
We stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel in Punta Cana.
Yeah, 5-star resort.
5-star resort. It was a fucking college campus.
It was my first college experience.
Yeah, there you go. Look at you.
No, truly, it was Stuyvesant Town.
Yeah, it was massive. It was the Stuyvesant Town of all-inclusive resorts. Big shout out to my dad and Maria.
Yes.
Fucking tying the knot, getting married, and doing so in lovely fashion.
Yeah, I can't relate.
I mean, why are you turning against me?
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be an episode where we fucking turned it against them.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Yeah.
You see, I take you out of the hood of the Lower East Side. I bring you to a story. I give you a life you can never imagine. I take you to a 5-star resort.
Yeah.
With my family, and this is how you fucking treat me.
Yeah. Well, thanks to your father because he paid for the trip.
Yeah, and thanks to me for having a father. You can't. None of your exes can relate.
Yeah.
It's just what it is, and the only person you dated who has a present dad, and maybe you should fucking act like it.
Yeah, it's really true.
Yeah, it's just what it
Only
is.
guy I ever dated with a present father. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, and I know it does make sense. Not only was my father present, but I was the best man at his wedding.
You were.
And your exes had nobody to teach him how to be the best man they can be.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. So maybe fucking fix your tone a little bit and be grateful for the things you have. Stop complaining about the things you don't.
Yeah. Did we already say what segment this was?
This is still our one thing.
Oh, I didn't know that we...
Didn't we?
Did we?
Samantha.
We're so jet lagged.
You're jet lagged. I'm just tired. You're a little retarded a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta change that sound. But a lot's been going on. We were in DR. We celebrated my dad's wedding. We got there, and make no mistake, my dad had a full itinerary of things that we didn't really want to do that badly. But we did, and it was fun. Everything ended up
we had
fine.
a great time. We had a great time. You know, we've talked about it on the pod, and your dad actually mentioned it to me. He's like, I tried to think of you when I was planning this thing because I know you don't like to have plans. And I was like, well, you didn't do a good job. I'm just kidding.
No, it was a lot of fun. All the events that we did a bunch of stuff, and we had a bunch of fun. What was your favorite thing that we did besides, spend a lot of time together in DR? What was your favorite thing that we did?
The Waterpark.
The Waterpark. Yeah, make no mistake, we went to the Waterpark. And Samantha had to go on the injured reserve list. Injured reserve.
I was on the injured list. Yeah. We went to the resort was so big there was a legit water park on the premises.
This is a massive resort. You could not walk around this.
No,
resort.
you couldn't. You had to catch a trolley to go anywhere. Yeah. Also because the sun was baking us. I don't know if you could tell from my tan.
Yeah, we're a couple tan kids.
Yeah.
I wore all white because I want people to see that. Oh shit, maybe he's not just acting black.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got the N-word. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And that's no different from any other episode. No. We just edit it out sometimes.
I've never said it. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, we went to the water park.
Yeah, the resort had a water park.
Yeah. I think it was the first time. Well, no, we went to Coney Island. You've seen me on rides.
Yes.
But you were like, you were a child.
Yeah.
We did like a double tube.
Yeah.
And I was just having the time of my life.
Yeah. Make no mistake, Samantha feels the joy going down a water slide that people that joy used to specifically be reserved for women on spring break taking their tits out.
Yeah. We were
Samantha. Samantha's Girls Gone Wild is just going down a water slide.
Yeah, just going down a water slide. I love it. So we went on a bunch. There were some with tubes, some with like mats that you would go down. And then the second to last one we went on was like just a body one. So you went on it with your body, and you went down another one. You went down an enclosed one, and I couldn't because I'm claustrophobic. Yeah. And I went on the open one, and it was super like windy. And I was having a blast, and then it just fucking whipped me around, and my neck went, my body went left, and my neck went right, and immediately I was like, oh no.
And that was it. It's just like when, honestly, it's like when Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. She knew she was
I knew. I got off the thing, and I was like, oof, that didn't feel good. And then we still rode other rides after that. We still rode a couple of slides that I knew were safe for my neck, the ones that we had originally rode. And then as soon as we got off, I was like, yeah, there's going to be a problem tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just couldn't turn my head to the right.
Yeah. It was a tough week. Immediately
when I touched my shoulder, there was a knot immediately, and I like touched my right shoulder, and there wasn't anything there. I was like, oof. So at first it was okay. Like I felt it, but I was like, oh, maybe it won't be.
You can power through it.
Maybe it won't be so bad. And as the night progressed, it just got worse and worse and worse, and I just couldn't move my neck at all.
Just a rough one.
And I thought it was gonna ruin the vacation.
Yeah, me too.
And then the next morning I like woke up, I like YouTubed a bunch of different stretches. Yeah. Because it was the day of your dad's wedding, and I was like, I want to be able to dance.
Same.
And I did a bunch of stretches. I felt a lot better. Still wasn't so great. Then we went into the pool, and there was just a huge like pumping out water, and I sat in front of it, and I got like a little aqua massage.
Yeah.
And it cured me.
Yeah, you hit the poor person's jacuzzi.
Yeah.
You got we went to the poor person's masseuse. You just let the jet sit on your shoulder for about an hour, and you felt better.
And I felt amazing. Yeah, because we couldn't afford to go to the spa.
Yeah, couldn't afford to go to the spa. They even offered us a timeshare breakfast. All we had to do was like sit through 90 minutes of them offering us a timeshare, and they would have given us 2 free massages.
2 free massages, but I just didn't want to spend our time like indoors for an hour and a half getting spoken to about a timeshare that, make no mistake, we couldn't afford. And then
I do feel like we are a timeshare salesman's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Because we would be interested. We would buy it. Like we would be like, yeah, we'll absolutely do it. And then you got to run the card. And then the bell rings. And then the time comes for the check to cash when our mouth has been talking.
Yeah.
And neither one of us can do it.
Yeah. Like your dad's friend, Nevi. Oh, shout out, Nevi.
Yo, big shout out to Nevi.
Yes, she listens to our pod.
Nevi, a patron.
A patron.
Super Softie of the week.
Yeah. She's not getting an episode this week.
No.
Yeah. Nevi, listen to us, all right?
Enjoy what the fuck you get before you don't get nothing at all.
Yeah. She went in, she was like, oh, we went in to say no. And they absolutely said yes, they bought it. But she was saying, they were like, oh, there's one in Paris. And I would have been sitting there and been like, what?
Yeah.
And then like, absolutely. And then they would have tried to do it and been like, oh, we have to pay for this.
Yeah.
Run it on Julio's tab, you know?
Yeah, can you put it on the card that the room has been paid for by?
Yeah. So there's just no way. And I was like, I don't want to spend 90 minutes indoors listening to this thing, and then we have to spend another like an hour getting this massage. And I was like, I'm not gonna do it. We were gonna get massages, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to be in the sun. I wanted to be in the water.
We didn't have as much time as we thought. But Samantha hurt her neck going down the water slide, and it was a very touch and go situation.
It was.
And the important backstory that needs to be understood behind that neck injury was that we were having a great day. I went golfing in the morning.
You did go golfing, and you looked super
Kevin,
cute.
With Ashton. It was actually a lot of fun.
It was. We'll post a picture.
Not as bad as golf as I thought I was going to be. Yeah. Just hitting some balls around.
You were hitting some balls. You wore a cute outfit. We bought TJ Maxx the day before.
And the outfit will be on the podcast. I wore a cute little golf outfit. I was hitting the balls. I was the best golfer in the group.
Yeah.
And I was the biggest fish in the special needs pond.
Yeah.
Because nobody else was remotely good. Good people, just not good at golf.
Yeah.
How good at golf I was made me realize why I was such a bad baseball player. The ball can't be moving. I really could have used the ball. Hell of a T-ball player.
Yeah.
Golf is a hard sport, and make no mistake, I'm not good, but I was better than I thought I'd be.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, and so like I played one hole almost straight up and almost only got a double bogey.
Yeah.
Straight up, didn't even hit it out of bounds or nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and so played golf in the morning, went back to the pool, hung out there for a little bit,
went to the beach.
We had a great morning. Now it's about 2:00.
Yeah,
maybe earlier. We go back to the room.
Oh, to take a call.
Yeah, we go back to the room, take an important call.
An important call. Can't talk about it. Can't talk about it.
We've literally signed things. We've not signed anything,
but we will be.
We will be hopefully signing something. And we took an important business call, and we're in the hotel room.
Oh God!
I'm just letting them know we had a nice day, and this is just a testament to how good of friends Samantha and I are. And it goes both ways. Sometimes I feel like I treat Samantha like she's a friend.
Like a homie?
Like a homie, and she treats me like a girly. And on this occasion, I said what I thought was one of the best lines I've ever said to Samantha in my life. We're getting ready to go outside.
I can't believe you're telling this story.
It's just a fun story to tell. It's important because it speaks to my mindset around after the neck injury.
Yeah.
So I go to Samantha. I'm like, are you just going to pretend like you don't know I want to put it down on you right now?
Yeah.
And I said that seriously. And Samantha...
It's 2 o'clock on our first day.
2 o'clock on our first full day at this beautiful 5-star resort in DR that I took you to, that we paid for on your card,
that your father
and that my father paid for.
Yeah.
So that I took you to.
Just your dad, both our daddies.
Yeah, it's just what it was. And I'm trying to put the moves on Samantha, and immediately busts out laughing.
I was like, girl.
Busts out laughing. She's like, girl, I'm not having sex with you while the sun is up. I want to go to the water park.
Yeah, so people need to know I have a tan.
She turned me down so fast, so unapologetically.
I felt so bad.
And with no remorse that, like, I actually felt like this is the most emasculated you've ever made me feel.
I felt bad because
I felt bad.
I was like,
because not only
fucking you right now.
I couldn't be bothered. I wish you feared me a little bit. Not feared, but I wish there was like a little bit of fucking, oh damn, maybe this is hot that my man's doing this.
Yeah.
But immediately you were like, not with the sun out. We're going to the water park. I want to ride the slides.
Yeah.
And then
I was like, the only thing I'm riding is a water slide.
Yeah, exactly. So put that fucking penis away, sir. And the hardest part about that is because Samantha said that, then she felt bad right away. So not only was I not getting cheeks, but then I had to console my girlfriend who had done me wrong to make her not feel bad.
You didn't have to console me. I felt terrible.
Now I'm in hell. Now I'm in the worst place I could possibly be. My balls are full. My patience is empty, and my girlfriend's in a mushad mood.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm fucking pissed. I'm being dragged to a water park that's fucking the other side of the resort.
We were trying to go to the lazy river.
Oh, don't even get me started on the lazy river.
I'm like, we're going to the lazy river, please. You know what I mean? So
we get to the water park first because the lazy river, make no mistake, is on the fucking other side of the resort. So we're just different side of the resort. I turned my mood around because the only thing worse than getting turned down for sex is after getting turned down for sex having to deal with hours of, are you mad? Are you mad at me?
And that's exactly what I did.
And that's what you did as you dragged me to the water park that I, make no mistake, lied that I said I wanted to go to, didn't want to go to. All that aside, having a good time at the water park, morale's picking up. Samantha hurts her neck, and immediately I'm like, we're not having sex this whole week. It is over, and now I'm furious. You hurt your neck, and I am fuming. Because not only did you hurt your neck, but you hurt your neck going down a fucking water slide like a 9-year-old. Because you're going down the water slide and you're screaming like this little piggy went to market.
I was
like, and I'm fucking absolutely furious. So Samantha hurts her neck. We leave the water park.
Let's time out for a second. Let's also not forget that my baby hurt his toe going down a water slide.
I did a little bit. And then I shook it off.
About JC.
Oh my God.
He dislocates his toe 6 months ago, and he's going to make me never forget. One thing about his toe, it's 9/11. Never forget. This guy can't fall off a bike and break an arm. He had a dislocated toe, and now I got to feel bad about it 6 months later. And so he goes outside and he says, I pushed off my bad toe. I'm like, your toe is fine.
It was different with my toe. I heard it. I went back to the locker room and I came out a second later. All right, it didn't affect anything. I heard it and I shook it off and I was fine.
So did I.
No, you didn't.
We went down 2 more slides after that.
Yeah, and then all you did was talk about how much your neck hurt, and then, angry, knowing I'm not getting cheeks, you fucking made me go to the lazy river, which, make no mistake,
was the worst part
of the entire trip.
We were just two. At that point, my neck hurt, so I was now annoyed that had happened.
Yeah.
You were mad that you weren't getting cheeks, and then we get to the lazy river, and there's a group of people who are having the time of their lives. They're drunk, they're wasted. They actually weren't doing anything wrong.
They weren't doing anything wrong other than
we couldn't have been more annoyed with them.
Yeah.
They kept like laughing. They're drunk. They're like falling off the thing, and now
they're from the South.
They're from the South.
They're probably racist.
And we're like, look at these fucking people come to a resort, have a good time.
How dare you?
Who comes to a resort, goes to the lazy river, and has a good time?
Yeah. So we had a terrible time on the lazy river. And then make no mistake, it's just. Oh, babe, my neck.
Yeah, it was really not. It honestly was getting worse.
Oh, my neck.
And worse and worse as I kept going. Then we had an all-white party to go to. Because we go to Lazy River, we go back to the room, we shower, we change. Yeah. Now we're at this all-white party, which is the welcome party for your dad.
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm in more and more pain. It's just getting worse. And now it's resting pain. Yeah. Now I'm just sitting there eating and my neck is throbbing. I can't move it at all. Yeah. Anytime someone calls me, I have to do a full body turn to them. I'm like, this is humiliating.
Yeah, the neck injury was annoying for me, but you're lucky that a neck injury is the funniest injury to watch somebody have, because God forbid anybody from the left side of the party called Samantha's attention. It was the slowest waddle you could ever imagine to watch her turn around, see a person who, make no mistake, she has no idea
no clue
who they are,
going,
but they know who you are.
Yeah, Sam, I didn't see you there. I'm like, oh! Yeah, because your dad just shows everybody our podcast, so everybody feels like they know us. Yeah. I didn't know anybody that was there.
I didn't know anybody that was
there
either.
Except for Davey and Armando, the only people I remembered, and the twins.
People that I've known for years.
Yeah.
People who saw me be born.
Yeah.
Could not remember a single person.
Yeah, so I'm just having the worst. Yeah. I mean, I had a great time, actually.
We started hot and we got ice cold. We started this vacation the same way the Knicks started the series. We got out to a hot start, then we fucking blew it.
Yeah. And my outfit was cute.
Yeah, of course. You look great. You look great the whole fucking trip.
Thank you.
And then you got confused when I tried to make love to you.
Yeah.
But we rallied late. We had a good time at the party. We made stiff neck love. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a good
Make no mistake, we still had sex, so stop it.
No, but you know what? It's you don't get to do that.
You don't get to do what?
You don't get to do that.
And then when we were done, we went to take a shower, and I was like, I think my neck feels better.
Yeah. What a concept.
Yeah.
You fucking.
This guy acts like he didn't have sex, and it took him about what? It was 5 hours later we had sex.
No, it wasn't 5 hours later. It was closer to 11. And
it wasn't close to 11. It was 2 o'clock, and then we ended up having sex at 10 o'clock.
It was about 8 hours later. Split the difference. It was about 8 hours later. But emotionally, it was 2 days for me, because it was the worst 8 hours we could have possibly had. But then we got all the bad times out, and then
we had a great time.
Honestly, the swappage of cheeks, I feel like, was the turning point for
you.
Well, for me, because after that, it was all smooth sailing. We didn't miss a beat. Besides the Knicks losing, we didn't miss a single beat.
Yeah.
We had ourselves a great morning. We went back to the beach the next morning.
What was it? What did your dad's wedding?
So we did the all-white party. Then we just hung out in the room. Yeah. And then the next day was the dad's wedding. It was my dad's wedding. It was Friday.
We just went to the pool.
We went to the pool. That's right. Yeah, we went to the pool.
We went to the pool. Oh, also, go back to the Waterpark day.
Yeah.
JC also, I don't know if you've been a long time listener, you know that when we went to Tulum, JC got like a very bizarre tan.
Yeah.
Where he gets blotchy.
Yeah.
And it happened again.
Yeah.
And it happened again, and I knew I wasn't allowed to laugh. Now I knew he was in a bad mood because I hurt my neck. Yeah. So I couldn't say anything, but the kid looked hysterical.
Yeah.
He was blotchy, got a really weird tan, and then he's pissed about that because we went to Lazy River, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's just red spots all over his stomach and his arms. I started getting something too on my arms.
Yeah, and God forbid I laugh about that.
You didn't even laugh about that.
Of course, because I'm not allowed to laugh at that.
Oh, God.
Or because also I have knowledge that it's not funny. You know what I mean? Because this time you wanted to laugh, but who put the sunscreen on me this time?
I did.
So maybe it's a fucking medical situation that you need to be alerted to. Because as soon as you started showing signs of blotchiness or spots, it was like, what the fuck? I have this allergic reaction. I have to do all this makeup. Did I laugh? Did I poke fun at you? No, I just showed up like a supportive partner is supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
let me tell you, everybody, something at home. There's two things that are true in this relationship that are staples that both of us need you to understand. I need to feel like I have a naggy, insensitive girlfriend for me to get by, and Samantha has to feel that she has a thoughtless, selfish boyfriend to get by. Yeah. And it's just
what it is. Yeah. Because I do everything on my own.
We are both victims in our relationship. At different times. And if we are not allowed to be, it can't work.
It can't work. Yeah,
it's just what it is.
So, yeah. You were blotchy, and then I started getting a little blotchy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. The next day we go to the pool, and immediately I put on the sunscreen, and my skin starts burning a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden I get like a raised bump on my arm.
Yeah, a little Hy-Vee.
Like a huge rash on my arm, and I'm thinking I'm burning in the sun, and I'm like, this is so weird. This has never happened to me. I'm getting like same bumps on my forearm, and then I covered it up in makeup for the wedding because it looked horrible, and then I'm like, I can't believe this, and then we just like got home and showered after the wedding. And I had no fucking bumps on my skin. And I'm like, I'm allergic to whatever's in this sunscreen.
Yeah, so if you guys have any sunscreen recommendations.
Yeah, I'm going to need like an organic one. I was so itchy.
Also, I think we're going to have to lean lotion and less spray.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of sunscreen spray.
It's just so much easier.
It's ass, though. It doesn't even, I feel uncovered. I feel like it doesn't leave the job done.
Yeah, I probably got to get the lotion.
With lotion, you know what you're getting into. Yeah. It's how God intended you to protect yourself from the sun. Yeah. So we had a little sunscreen trouble. But we had a good day. We went to the beach in the morning, had some good food, and then we went to the wedding. The ceremony was absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
Right on the beach. It was beautiful. Shout out to my dad and Maria. It was so much fun. Nice, quick wedding. The officiator.
Fast.
The whoever officiated it, I loved what she had to say.
Yeah.
Nice, quick, and easy. Good vows. Then we're taking some pictures on the beach, and then make no mistake, the sun went away.
The sun went away and the clouds came rolling in.
Yeah, clouds came rolling in, and it unfortunately rained on our parade.
It rained on our parade. It started raining on the beach, and all the girls immediately were like, "We don't care if the pictures are done. We're leaving."
Yeah,
we just got on a golf cart that wasn't headed to where we were supposed to go.
Yeah,
and we just said, "Drive."
Yeah,
we said, "Shut up and drive."
Yeah,
and the guy did exactly that, and we made it to where the wedding was supposed to be, but there was a break in between, so the wedding venue was not set up yet. No. So we just like had to hide under like a little roof with the bride, with Maria, and we're just standing there, and we're like, "Oh my God, like what is about to happen?" You guys end up coming back.
Yeah, because the ceremony was at 5:00. We got through the whole ceremony in a couple pictures, but from 6:15 until the night ended, it was on and off torrential downpour.
It was pouring the whole time, and the whole ceremony the whole reception is outdoors, and there was no backup plan, and it wasn't drizzle.
No, it was full rain.
It was full rain.
So I just want to get this out on the record. This is a joke, but Mom, whatever voodoo you did to fuck up your ex-husband's wedding, you did good job.
Yeah, it worked.
You did yourself. You be proud of the Santeria that you've been taught for generations.
Yeah.
But the devils, they try hard. But you don't understand. These Mendoza men, they try hard, and we still had a great time.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Still had a great time.
It only messed up like the dinner portion because it was hard to eat.
Yeah. But shout out to the staff moving the tables.
Yeah, they moved the tables under a gazebo that had like a little roof.
Yeah.
But then at some point it just started pouring, and we were like, I guess we're just gonna have to dance in the rain.
Yeah.
And we just did that.
It's just a musical. The DJ was playing fucking Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
He was playing Umbrella by Rihanna. It was just a fun. What's the word I'm looking for? Quirky.
Yeah.
It was a very quirky reception.
And we were literally soaking wet.
It was wild.
It was absolutely wild. And then at the end of the wedding.
Yeah, at the end of the wedding, after hours of dancing, towards the end of the night, the lightning and thunder started rolling in, so the DJ had to cut a little early.
Yeah.
And it was being floated around all night.
It brought to my attention.
We're going to jump in this pool. And everybody was like, no. And then once Maria was like, my dress is already wet. Fuck it.
Yeah.
The whole wedding gets up behind her. My dad and Maria, they jump in, and everybody jumps in. Everybody jumped into the pool. We have a video. I'll try to put it up here.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was such a fucking blast.
It was so much fun.
Nice.
Zero mistake. I had no underwear on at the wedding. And when I jumped into the pool, my dress went completely up. And I was like, I hope someone hasn't seen my puss in my ass. You understand? Had to feel it in my pussy. Oh,
it's just what it is.
I felt the chlorine in my puss.
Yeah, your coolie was out.
Yeah, my whole coolie was out.
Your coolie was out, and so was your toonie.
Yeah.
Wrong side.
You understand?
Well,
yeah. So we just went in there, and I was like, "Yikes! That could have went bad." I hope I hope that the videographer didn't catch that.
The funniest thing about the video is that like everybody was trying to rally to get to the edge of the pool to all jump in at the same time, and then my dad's best friend Omar just couldn't wait anymore. Shoved my dad and Maria in.
Did he?
And then never jumped in himself.
No.
Really funny. It's in the video.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he just pushed him right in. Somebody had to point it out to me. It was really funny. Pushed him in and never jumps in.
That's Absolutely hysterical.
So funny. Shout out to
But
Omar.
I think he eventually does
Probably
because
does. I feel like everybody did.
everybody jumped in.
Yeah.
Even Tara and KJ was supposed to be in bed.
That's
like
right.
we just had a blast. It was so much fun.
Such a fun fucking time.
So much fun. And you were the best man, so you had to do a speech.
Yes, I did a little speech while I did a little speech for my dad. And make no mistake, my dad was hyping up unbeknownst to me, my dad was hyping up the speech to everybody.
Was he?
Yeah, before I made it, the fucking announcement was, we will have a professional come.
Oh,
Hello, family. One thing about the Hard Rock in Punta Cana, everybody says hello, family.
Yeah,
They call you family because they want you to feel like you're at the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Because
that.
one thing about Dominicans, they know that Italians are doing it right. So we get to the Hard Rock, hello, family. Every Dominican, when they're speaking English, sounds a little bit like a robot.
Yeah.
Hello, family. How are you today?
Yeah.
They sound like a robot, and it was great.
You speak Spanish?
Mendoza? Mendoza habla español. Ay, ¿por qué no?
Yeah.
Chico. Make no mistake, we went and ate hibachi, and our chef sounded like El Alfa. It's just what it was. We had a great time. But, the wedding was so much fun, and my dad was hyping up my speech to everybody. I was writing it. Thank God the thunderstorm happened. Gave me a little time to put the closure together.
Yeah. It started absolutely pouring, obviously, when you were doing your speech. Yeah. I got up to record you. And then Gabby tells her boyfriend Ashton, like, "Hey, go record for Sam because she's all wet." And then he just comes over, and I don't know that he's there, and I just feel a finger touch my phone, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is touching my phone?" And then he just presses record because I was just watching you through my phone screen,
like an idiot, like a fool. She couldn't see who was over her shoulder because her neck was still a little bit stiff, and she couldn't chance it. And she just got an attitude with somebody trying to help her because
I didn't get an attitude in my mind. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I look at Ashton, and then he presses the thing, and I'm like, I am humiliated.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, then me and Ashton just start his step. Then he presses record, and then you just hear me and Ashton kikiing. I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
They're laughing. I'm thinking I'm crushing. It was just a fun time. I felt like the speech was really good.
It was great.
I don't know if I got as many pops as I wanted or thought I deserved, but Maria was laughing, and Maria was laughing. Yeah, I knew my dad was gonna like everything, but Maria was really enjoyed it, and that's all I could ask.
That's all we can ask for.
That was a big gift. I felt like my father really wanted for me, and I hope he feels like I delivered.
You did.
Just a really fun wedding. Had a great time. Went back to the room. Nice. One thing about us, we're on vacation. We're gonna have a couple early nights.
We're gonna have a couple
early nights, and we're gonna have a couple late mornings.
Yeah.
We are the first to go to bed. The last one's up, and that's how you know we're having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just what it is. We cannot be troubled to go out.
Yeah. We went right back to the room in soaking wet outfits because we jumped in the pool. Mm-hmm. And just took a shower and went to beddy bye-bye. And woke up last the next morning. Yeah. Well, we were saying late, but we woke up at like 9:30 every morning.
Yeah, like 9:45, but everybody was already up.
Yeah, everybody was
already up.
We get the text message like at the pool. It was like 8:00 in the morning. I'm like, get a life.
Yeah, if you're at a resort and that resort has breakfast from 6:30 to 11, the Softies are rolling in at 10:45 and expecting a full buffet.
Yeah. Where's the queso frito?
I need my cappuccino. What are you talking about? Family. Yeah, it's just what it is. But we had a great time. The day after the wedding, what did we do?
Your dad made reservations for all of us and Maria's kids. Yeah. Which it was like our first time really hanging out with Maria's kids. Shout out to Steven and Aaron. Mad fun. Shout out to Vanity. They're awesome people. Felt like we known them for a while. It just kind of what it felt like. Like we were just in sync with them. Yeah. And we went to eat hibachi, which was my favorite meal. Yeah, really. That good. We went there. It was super authentic. Yeah. Super.
Not really.
Exactly. That was a joke. Yeah, we're in DR, and the guy that was cooking it looked like he was from Kenya. Yeah. It's just what it was.
Yeah. Anybody who's wondering if Dominican people are black or not, go over to the Dominican Republic, and your fucking questions will be answered.
Yeah. I think we saw like one white Dominican when we were there.
Yeah, and it was just rolling on FaceTime.
It was just the lady who was trying to have us buy the timeshare. Yeah. Then every time we saw her, we would just stare at each other and act like we were in a really deep conversation.
And we were like, oh, you see, they got this stuff.
They got this thing over there.
Yeah. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time. Hibachi. I feel like the only qualification you have to be a Japanese chef in the Dominican Republic, you have to have watched one full season of One Piece. That's it. You just have to know one thing about Japanese or played with a Japanese person in your baseball career, because I know you've had one.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the food was delicious.
The food was so good. We went through the whole hibachi meal, and then everyone's like, oh, what are we getting into after this? And then everyone's like, oh, we're going to go to the club. And Gabby's like, yeah, well, we can't go now because it opens at 11. And I was like, it what? Yeah. And then I was like, wow.
Wrong answer.
Yeah. And then everyone, Aaron, who's Maria's son, was like, he's like, oh, we out to the club tonight. And then Gabby looks at me. She's like, Sam heard that it opens at 11. They're not coming. And I was like, yeah, there's just, unfortunately,
no shot.
There's just no shot that I'm going to the club. If I'm not going to the club in New York City, I'm not going to the club in DR.
Yeah, the only way you can get us out to the club is if you put New York comedy in front of it.
Exactly.
Because that's the only club that you're going to catch us at. It's just what it is. All right?
Yeah. So we were like, you know what? Let us know when you guys go out. We always hit you with that. Let us know. Let us know what you guys are doing. And we knew we weren't going. No. We left.
We never are.
Yeah. We were like, you know what? We're just going to walk around the lobby. We got 2 iced coffees.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were
2 iced coffees at 8 at night.
Yeah. It would make no mistake. It was 8 o'clock at night. I was exhausted.
Yeah, 8 o'clock at night, trying to wind down. Let's get a couple iced coffees.
Then we went to the room, and it was my favorite night. Yeah. Went to the room. They had given us a bottle of champagne. Got the champagne. Went to the beach at night. Laid in a cabana, and just talked for hours. We didn't have champagne glasses. We just drank from the bottle.
Drinking from the bottle on the beach in a cabana in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Like empty beach, just us. It was it was perfect.
It was perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
It was wonderful. We played a little chins.
Yes, played some music, talked about life, talked about our careers, our dreams, hopes, and journeys
and
so
how much we love each other.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was really, really beautiful. Yeah. We stood out there till like fucking 12 o'clock in the morning. And then we went back to the room, packed because we were leaving the next day. Yep. And then went to sleep for about 4 hours.
Yep. Woke up.
Saw the sunrise.
Watched the sunrise
on the same beach.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it in our little story, we watched the sunrise, and make no mistake, we got up way too early. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. More quality time with my baby. Yeah, it was really nice. I will say the time lapse video of the sun rising for us was very funny, because you see about like 90% of the video is darkness getting like light. And then as soon as you see the sun, the video ends, because we were finished.
We went back to sleep.
We were back to sleep for a couple hours.
We went back to sleep. As soon as you see the sun in the right-hand corner, we were like, and great, we saw it. Bye. Yeah. And we left.
That's all.
The sun fully was risen at 5:57. Yeah. And we were in bed by 5:59.
Yeah, it's just who we are. It's the only way we do things. But we had a great little last day. We packed, we fucking hung out, and went back to New York. Something that we do need to talk to you all about is something that we have been feeling deeply, is that the airport is the worst place on the planet.
I can't do it. I
know we talked about it, I think when we came back from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
If you ever wonder, if you're watching this podcast and you wonder if JC and Samantha ever argue, just catch us at the tail end of either our flight to where we're going or coming from where we're going. Yeah. And we're just a little snippy with each other.
Yeah, catch us at a baggage claim.
Yeah, catch us at baggage claim. How about that?
We're our worst selves.
We are our worst selves.
I am just as mad as JC is when I turn him down for sex.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
And nothing has happened. I'm just pissed.
We've been played too much. Tibbs didn't put the bench in.
Yeah.
We're a little tired. Our legs are exhausted, and we're just going to pick up a couple frustration fouls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're just not in a good mood. I hate JFK.
Yeah.
They make you land, and then they go, hey, do you want to catch an Uber? Then get the fuck out of the airport. Take a train to Howard Beach, the most racist place in the city, and catch an Uber there. And we said, fuck you. Yeah. So we ended up taking a taxi from a place we weren't supposed to.
From Lefferts Boulevard.
Yeah, Lefferts Boulevard. Yeah. And it was $30 cheaper than it would have been from Howard Beach. And we just got home in 30 minutes.
The absolute nerve of JFK Airport to tell you have to take a train outside of the airport to catch an Uber from the airport is fucking ridiculous. JFK, if you're landing there, just fucking kill yourself. Yeah. It's just what it is.
Do what they did to JFK. Shoot me in the face. You understand?
What a terrible airport. The worst
I know
airport
they're under
in the
construction,
area.
and
I don't give a fuck. LaGuardia, as ugly as it was never that fucking bad.
No, it was really bad.
It was really bad.
It was really bad.
Gorgeous
but it's also
now, though.
It's gorgeous now, though. But what you can't do to New Yorkers is put us under construction at LaGuardia, which, make no mistake, took 10 years, it feels like.
No, more.
And,
it took like 17.
Yeah. And then immediately put JFK under construction. I mean, give us a fucking break.
Yeah.
It was awful. We literally, it was like, you get on the air train and it goes, oh, we're in terminal A, B, C, D, E, F. And I'm like, oh, is this Howard Beach? She's like, no. We have 3 more stops that are outside of the airport to Howard Beach. And then you looked at the Uber price. You're like, we're getting off the stop before Howard Beach. And then I wasn't sure. And then you were like, I'm going to do it. I was like, I trust you. Yeah. And we left. We got off. And thank God. And fuck Uber, because they know that's where people are catching Ubers. And it would have the surge
50% more expensive.
It would have been would literally been 50% more expensive. We just got off, called an Uber, came quick, fast, no issues getting out of the airport. So if you're landing in JFK, don't listen. Do not go to Howard Beach.
Don't go to Howard Beach.
It is not. Get off on Lefferts Boulevard.
Get off on Lefferts. Get off even at fucking, what is it? Something Circle? Federal Circle.
Federal Circle.
Get off don't get off at Howard Beach. They're ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and it's so far. It literally was like 15 minutes on the train.
Yeah, so we took 15 minutes on the train, which, make no mistake, came after being in customs, the customs line for like 45 minutes, because I didn't know that customs and immigration outsources employees from the DMV.
It's from the DMV or the post office.
It's just anything fucking government controlled is happening at a snail's pace.
Snail's pace, and that's because if you work for the government, you can't be fired.
Yeah.
And so that's what Trump's got to do. What he's got to do.
Yeah.
Clean out who's it? Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp. Fucking let the efficiency thing, Doge, whatever, do the thing, but fucking fix what needs to be fixed. Then.
No. Yeah, I mean, fuck Trump. But
of course, but he's here, and if that's what he says he's going to do, fucking do it there. Start at the TSA.
Get out of education and get into fucking immigration, and not what you're doing with immigration. I want to come back into customs, and I don't want to wait forever and have this guy making jokes with all his coworkers. I'm back from lunch, taking his time. No mistake. I wanted to punch him in the face.
He was also an immigrant. And that's not the problem, but there's a connection there.
Yeah. He also, if you've ever seen, what is it, Zootopia?
Yeah, where the sloths are at the DMV.
And he was the guy who took me. You went to another person, and he's looking at me. He stared at me with my passport open for way long. I'm like, hey, guy, I don't look that different.
Yeah, facts.
Staring at me, looking at it, moves it back, slow, then types a couple things.
Yeah.
Looks at the thing, types a couple things, hands it back to me, but doesn't tell me to go. So he hands it back to me and he's still typing. So I go, can I go?
Yeah.
And then he looks at me and he goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you want me to fuck you up? Yeah. I'm already annoyed.
Yeah, he was the kind of guy who got off on making people wait long, and he enjoyed that the line was starting to pile up. He can see the frustration on our faces in the front. Yeah. He was a nightmare. My guy was also very slow because he was the reason why there was a holdup in front. So he gets there and he's trying to get his coworkers' attention. And I'm at the point, I'm online. The Knicks are down 20.
Down like 20.
They're down 20. Samantha and I have already argued because I'm watching the game. I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, I'm not going to watch this fucking bullshit. She's like, then give me your phone. I'm like, I have text that you can't see on there. And it's just a joke. You can't even laugh at your expense. You are the men in the audience you hate to see coming.
Yeah.
The joke was on you. Fucking laugh or I'm going to get upset.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
I'm just a nagging girlfriend.
Yeah. And actually, thank you for that. Thank you for your service. You give me purpose. It's just what it is. So I'm annoyed. And at this point, everything has gone so wrong that I'm in kill him with kindness mode.
Yeah.
So I get to the window. The guy's not paying attention. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He doesn't look. And I just said it again louder. Hey, how are you? Having a good time? You want me to pass here or over here? So like, I'm just being a little pushy, but I'm being polite about it. And then he finally turns around and be like, hey, thank you so much. Like, so I forced him to help me in a timely fashion because he just wasn't trying to do it.
Yeah. And one thing about me is I wanted my guy to know I was in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to know that at any moment he was going to get this wrath.
Yeah.
When he handed me back my thing, I fucking ripped my thing. And then here's the thing. When you come back from customs, normally, when you come back from a place and you're in customs for America, they say welcome home. And I didn't get a welcome home.
Yeah, because it's not home for that guy. He was an immigrant. He was trying to stop Americans from getting back on our soil. It's just what it was.
Yeah.
You know what kind of person he was, where he came from, who he was working for undercover.
JC is one of those guys that would be on Twitter if they see an Asian guy and they go, he's not from here.
I didn't say nothing about what race this guy was.
Yeah, he was Asian.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
But yeah,
I don't see color.
He said, when he just handed me a thing, I was like, and he's not even going to welcome me back to my fucking country.
Yeah.
It's just Trump's America, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it at all.
Bullshit, yeah.
I was so fucking mad.
Yep.
I was irritated, and then we go, and then I already knew. I pulled up the email that JetBlue had sent me, be like, if you landed Terminal 5, and I'm like, well, I guess we landed back in Terminal 5.
Yeah.
So
we had to take that long trip out to the Ubers. We also waited in the custom line for a long time, which, make no mistake, was worse because
the Knicks were down.
The Knicks were down, and the people we came with, they had a little hack about a passport e-ticket or something, passport control. They were like, if you download this, you can go on the express line.
We didn't.
And they did it. We didn't see. So we were just waiting an extra 30 minutes after them. But everything came. They were still waiting for their bags.
They were still waiting for their bags, so that was God.
You would have been fucking furious if...
Totally.
Either way, it would have been...
There would have been no way for me to not be in a Batman because you put me a baggage claim and immediately I want to rip somebody's head off.
Just needed to be done. Samantha was at her wit's end. I was at my wit's end. We were being forced to go to a place we didn't want to go to catch an Uber that was too expensive. We got off. We didn't know where the pickup was or if the pickup would come. Samantha's asking me questions she knows I don't have the answer to, but she has to say them out loud.
But she must have that answer.
And I have to have that answer. And if I don't have that answer, I can't be annoyed that she's asking the question. And it was a test. I feel like I passed it.
No, it's fine.
I feel like I could have done better, but like... I feel you're like, well, do we go here? That lot says free waiting. Do we wait in the lot? And I'm just like, I don't know, babe. I'm not sure, babe. I don't know, babe. I don't know.
Yeah, he started hitting me with the, I don't know, baby.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, you want to die.
And then Samantha, one thing about Samantha, when she gets upset, she becomes a little bit of a scientist. She's like, I think I got annoyed. I don't know, babe. So let me ask 10 more questions.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a percentage on how many were genuine and how many he had a fucking attitude about.
Yeah. I also hadn't eaten since breakfast at this point. It's like, what, 9:30? And I'm like, already have our Grubhub order in the cart.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to get in this Uber. I was so hungry.
Yeah.
And then I slept through the snacks.
Yeah.
And my baby didn't get me a snack.
I didn't get a snack.
So he just got himself a couple of goldfish. I don't even like goldfish. I started to smell snacks. So I was sleeping and I opened my eyes and I literally don't even say anything. I just go.
She looks at me. She goes.
I have my hood on that I'm sleeping and I'm still in like.
She's absolutely knocked out. I'm thinking I didn't think you were gonna wake up.
I open my eyes, look at him, and go. And then he's like, "No, I'm done." And I'm like, "Oh." So I'm already mad. Now I'm like, we don't even got to put me in baggage claim. I started picturing myself in baggage claim.
Yeah. The gag was, I knew I should have got you a snack, and then I remembered how you didn't give me push when I wanted it.
Yeah, I gave it to you right after.
Yeah, and I gave you a snack when we got home.
You didn't give me anything. Actually, I paid for it myself.
Yeah, well, I paid for the Uber.
Yeah, $30 mine was more. So anyway, it was fine. We ended up getting home. The Knicks ended up winning, so it ended up being a really nice night.
Yeah, really nice.
We saw our baby. That was what we were most happy to get home.
It almost took a turn for the wildly negative. I on the Patreon we could tell you why, but we can't really tell you on the main podcast. You took a turn into negative town.
Why?
You know why? Time out. You saw. You got furious, and we can't talk about that.
Yeah, can't talk about it. Yeah. I just don't like to see people doing better than me.
It's just what it is. Don't like to see, and we saw it, and then when you saw that, you had to check on somebody else who's doing a little bit better than you. It just became a little bit of a negative snowball. But
So one thing about me, and I think we've talked about it, when I'm feeling bad, I want to feel worse.
Oh,
so we're in the Uber. I'm absolutely starving. My stomach is grumbling.
You're starving. You're grumpy. We've been at the airport for 2 hours after we landed.
We're in traffic. I don't know if you saw me. I'm like, of course.
We're in traffic. The Knicks are losing.
The Knicks are losing. I like to watch a guy. I like to be a positive. Even if I'm bad, I want to be a little positive about the Knicks. My baby can't immediately. They miss a shot. He just fucking puts the video up. Yeah. And I'm like, not you controlling the way I'm watching the Knicks.
Yes.
Just getting irritated. I'm watching you write ha 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 LOL to your group chat because you're just being facetious.
Yep.
Because you're miserable that the Knicks are losing. Yep. And I'm just pissed. So then I'm let me see what I've missed while I was away. So I just go on the internet and I see how a couple comics are doing.
Yeah.
And then
a couple comics that you don't like so much.
Yeah. So then I actually don't even care about the second person, but you told me a little information when we were at the beach the other day that maybe now I hate her. So you understand. I'm going to say it. There's a comic that JC doesn't realize things that he doesn't, I don't think you know how jealous I am of a person. JC goes, yeah, before like me and you started dating, my sister used to send me this comics stuff and just be like, you need to date her. And I was like, oh, great.
You're so
Oh my God, it's so funny. What a fucking funny story.
Yeah, if you message us, we will tell you who the comic is.
Yeah, so then this person just had a thing, go viral, whatever. And so I'm in the taxi looking at it and I'm like, yeah, you should have fucking been more successful.
You're so stupid. It was before.
Yeah, where'd she get those fucking pants? You understand?
She looked like a fucking doofus.
No, she's actually beautiful and it's fine. And I actually love the pants.
You're so annoying. I can't even fucking key correctly with you.
Yeah. No, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's fine.
That was a test.
We both
just go message her, go be with her. So yeah, JC just loves to give me information and I'm like, oh my God, I love that. God. What a funny fucking story.
You're so dumb because it was so like, this fucking broad. It's one thing to act this crazy. It's another thing to act this crazy. It's not gonna be push what I wanted. It's sad.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah, we had a rough commute home.
We
had a rough little Vincent commute home.
Yeah, just sometimes it's really funny when JC does think I'm his friend and he tells me information I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, you want to turn me down like a friend and I'm going to turn it up like a friend. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just what it was. So then I tried to check her Instagram, so she was doing better than me.
Little quick spin to negative town, but we're out of it now. We had a great little night. We're back home with the baby.
Yeah.
Baby's back home. She was so happy to see us.
She was super excited to see us.
Also, big shout out to your pops for staying for the week. Your dad is like a TV dad, man.
Yeah.
He's a TV dad. He comes, he stays, he just fixes things. He doesn't tell us because he wants us to figure it out on our own.
Yeah. We come home. First of all, I knew he was going to fix something because my dad goes to me while we're away, where's your toolbox? And I said, it's right in that room over there. And I knew we were going to come home to something because there hasn't been a single time in my life that my dad has, because every time I go away, my dad has always like stayed in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I always come home to like pictures up on the wall or like, you know what I mean? Like he even called me and he's like, that picture you got anything you want it up on the wall? Where you want it? And I was like, no, I'm actually not sure yet. But he just fixed a couple light switches.
Yeah, he did.
He fixed a couple light switches. He fixed your closet and he didn't tell you anything. So when you opened it, it just smoothly opened and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then you texted him and then he called.
I was like, Frank, the fucking mirror's smooth as a whistle. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then my dad calls me and then everyone's speaking. He goes, yeah, I got a couple texts from JC about how smooth his closet was.
I've gotten so used to your dad's kindness and generosity that when we got home, I was a little upset there wasn't any Tembleque in the fridge. I was like, Frank, you're falling off, Frank.
Yeah. But my dad did make his way to Costco. It left us some croissants and some chocolate danishes.
What a fucking king.
We walk in.
This weekend was a celebration of our fathers.
Yeah. I walk in and I smell like someone made dessert. I could like smell it in the air.
And then there's just a peeled orange. A couple Black Manhattans were had. It's just what happened, and I know it.
Yeah. I also opened the fridge, and there's like cherry preserve in the fridge. I'm like, he made some type of Danish that he did not leave us because he ate it all himself.
Yeah, and he deserved that. You look at Frank the week that we were gone. He was here. You feel bad for him. He did a whole bunch of work around the house. He made himself a bunch of desserts, and then he went and celebrated at the worst fucking restaurant the story has to offer. I don't know why he ended up.
Yeah, my dad goes to me. What Italian
restaurant? If you're listening, I'm so sorry.
They're not. They're not. They would never listen to this. They're racist. But they went. So my dad asked me for Italian places. I tell him where to go, and then he goes, "I went to Bartolino's," which is. There's never anybody in Bartolino's. If they are, they're in some type of union, and it's definitely a front. It's 100%. A front.
Also, Samantha and I have walked past a million restaurants in Astoria. We've almost eaten at every one, and Bartolino's is the only one we look inside repeatedly, and we're like, absolutely never.
Absolutely not. We do it as a joke. We go, Bartolino's.
Yeah, I'm going to Bartolino's.
Yeah, because it's a front for something. Yeah. It looks awful.
Never full.
Yeah, and there's never anybody in there. Like, we have karaoke tonight, and it's just empty.
It's the worst fucking location.
It's the worst location, and my dad goes, I went to Bartolino's. Food wasn't too good. I'm like, yeah, you asked me what places, and that wasn't on the list. The food wasn't
so good because they had to call the chef to come in. He hasn't been there in months. Because nobody orders food there.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing there? Anyway, one day he goes, the food wasn't too good, and I don't even think that the tiramisu was tiramisu. Just, my dad loves to go to a place, order the food that my dad will order only food that he makes.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then he'd go, mine's better. He loves to do
so
that.
Funny. I love that.
And that's exactly what he did.
That's really funny because it's just like, That's just the competitive nature of men coming out in different ways.
Yeah. My dad,
he goes to restaurants, only orders things that he makes himself, and just compares it to his. I fucking love that.
Yeah, because my dad can no longer play sports because he's just older. He's got a couple hip replacements, couple knee replacements. So now he's just turned on, like, his competitive nature is just in cooking.
I'm so dead.
And he goes to places, literally only orders things he cooks. He goes, I went there because I had a chicken franchise. And my dad makes a great chicken franchise. Yeah. And he goes and he said, nah, I went to make my little bed. I was going to give him my recipe. I'm like, okay. Just what he likes to do.
Your dad just likes to go in and be Sandra Bullock from The Blind Side for restaurants and just turn their whole lives around.
Yeah.
Your dad is running he's running an independent bar rescue.
Yeah.
He's just going around and cooking better food for the places that he likes and then not giving them the recipes.
Yeah.
They don't fucking deserve it.
My dad, I'm no joke, has gone to restaurants, eaten people's tiramisu. And of course, he's made friends with whoever the server is or like whatever. And then he'll be like, this tiramisu, I'll make you a better one. Go in the next day with a whole tray of tiramisu. They'll eat it. They'll go, this is amazing.
Yeah.
We'll give you money. You make this, and if you make this fresh every day.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, nah. I do it for love, and he won't do it. He's had multiple over 10.
Also, low key, once the restaurant asks your dad for the recipe, your dad gets the ick, and he gets a new spot and repeats it. Yeah. Everybody collectively goes to DMV, hates it there. My dad has made a friend at every DMV, and returned to the DMV the next day to give them a tiramisu. It's just what it is. If you are listening and you are work at a doctor's office that my dad has been to, you've had his tiramisu. Yeah.
You've had his cheesecake.
Yeah.
You've just had his tembleque. It's just he can't go to a doctor's office and not give a gift.
Even if you're a comedian he thinks is funny and you stayed after the show, he's gonna offer to make you something. If there is a book written on how to make a positive impact in meaningless people's lives, it would be written by your dad and edited by my dad. These are two people that just rub strangers the right way.
My dad almost missed a flight.
My dad invited people to his wedding that he met at the fucking resort.
At the resort, including the butlers.
My dad wanted me to thank the person who helped him plan that he met at the Hard Rock. He wanted me to mention them in my speech. I'm like, Dad, this is not a Grammy speech.
Yeah.
He's a fucking crazy kid.
Absolutely hysterical. My dad's almost missed a flight because he made a stop at the post office to give the ladies a tiramisu. Yeah. And that's not a joke. That's not a joke. He literally was like, I hit traffic because I had to stop. And then he acted like he had to. Yeah. I had to stop and drop off this tiramisu for the ladies at the post office. And then he continues like that's normal. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I feel like our dads made a deal with the devil to be extremely charming and personable to everyone they meet at the expense of their wives. It's just what it is.
Yeah, but Maria, you're different, not you.
No, because it's a new time.
It's a new time.
It's a new generation. It's a new deal that we're making.
Yeah, and if you want my mom to get super upset, have her watch my dad make a tiramisu for somebody else. And it's not a jealousy thing. She just gets pissed.
Yeah, it's just because it's just probably.
Who are you making this for now? What doctor's office?
My favorite thing that you said is when your mom sends your dad out to do tasks, he's like, Frankie, these people are not your friends. The real estate developer is not your friend. We need him to sell the house.
Yeah. Literally.
I love that.
Yeah, anybody that comes to the house to do work, Frankie, look at me. They're not your friends.
I love that.
We are paying them to do a job. And then my mom comes home and my dad's sitting. They're just having lunch. My dad made them a couple sandwiches. They're having a couple brews.
Whatever needed to be fixed.
They're having a Black Manhattan.
Whatever needed to be fixed. It's not done because your dad told the guy that he could do it on his own. It's just what it is. Your dad stayed at a B&B and fixed it up and didn't ask for a refund.
Truly, my dad did stay. That is a true story. My dad stood in an Airbnb.
Just the kind of guy your dad is. He's just a great guy.
Yeah, my dad stood in an Airbnb that was not like the photos. And before he left, he fixed their TV stand and he fixed their door. It's just what he did. That's not a joke. Yeah. He paid for everything, went to the hardware store, bought things, fixed it. No big deal.
The kid is the best customer of all time. You can't have a better customer than your pop.
And then he left them a tiramisu.
Yeah. Your dad, if he was a criminal, he would, do you know how they had the wet bandits?
Yeah.
He'd be the pastry bandit.
Yeah.
He'd just break into your house, take nothing, and leave you a fucking slice of cheesecake.
Yeah.
Or carrot cake.
It's just what it is. And my dad is an excellent baker.
Yeah, he's fucking incredible.
He is. So like, it's really nice that he
I wish
does
rubbed
that.
off on his daughter. This bitch can't bake for shit.
But yeah, my dad, he will give you, and the thing is that, you know, some people do things that are nice and you're like, it's not that good.
Yeah.
My dad's pastries are like truly
so good.
the best.
Yeah. You told me ahead of time, and me being the guy, I'm like, I'm sure they're fine. And I am every person that Frank's ever met in his entire life. Every time I see him, like, you got any template coming? Because what your dad loves to do is tell people that he's so over, like, he's like, oh my God, now see, I can't go there because if I go there, they're going to ask me for my cheesecake. I make it for them one time, now they need it every time. And that's just me with template. It's just what it is. Your dad has a fucking, your dad has a very specific set of skills.
He does. And then he'll go, then he loves it. Like if you ask him for something,
he's the best.
He loves it. And then, but when he gives it to you, he goes, this guy, I can't come over here anymore again if I don't bring the black of this guy. This guy won't leave me alone. This guy.
It's just what it is.
He loves it.
Your dad, baking desserts to your dad, my dad's desserts that he gives people is just information about their lives that they told him once that he's never forgotten.
Yeah.
My dad will tell you everything about yourself because you mentioned it once and he'll follow up. They'll be like, how the fuck do you remember this?
Yeah, that's me.
He does that with everybody.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Your dad's the best.
He's the best.
Yeah, Our dads are just stereotypical dads.
Yeah. Just the best. Just good people. And our moms ain't bad too.
Yeah, moms are good people.
Which is a joke that either one of our dads would make.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great weekend. Got some pictures. Hopefully we'll put them all out. It's just a blast. Just a blast of a weekend.
And now we're home, and JC has pink eye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you spent a lot of time eating my ass.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, because you couldn't. You know that's not true because you couldn't. We couldn't get out of the one position we were in because of your neck. So it's just what it is. If I would have maneuvered your body into a way to even get a part of that, it would have been a big problem.
Didn't want to cause any trauma to my neck. But we came home. I'm also feeling off today. I'm like super nauseous. Yeah. But like JC wakes up, he's talking to me, and I'm like, "What's wrong with your eye? It's small and red." And the kid's got pink eye, and now I feel like I have sand in my eye. So I think it's starting.
Yeah, the kids just have pink eye, and sacrifices must be made for the Knicks to come back and win this series.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Make no mistake, the first night we got to DR, we had a great dinner with my family, and then everybody from the wedding equally was... There was no agenda.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to watch the Knicks game.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to be this far. We watch game one. We watched the worst meltdown in Knicks history.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I thought that was going to derail the weekend. But not only did it not derail the weekend, it encouraged us to be disconnected from the game at the wedding. Which was the biggest gift that the resort could have given us.
Yeah.
We couldn't watch the game, and thank fucking God it would have ruined my night.
It was awful. Yeah, we only watched the last couple minutes.
Yeah, but you know, the Knicks are 2-1. We have a game. Hopefully by the time you're hearing this, we're tied 2-2.
Yep.
On our way back to the Garden, an even series, and then we have a chance to go on to the finals. You know, this basketball journey, it's up, it's down.
It's
can't.
Yeah.
Like you get into these games as much as I do now.
Yeah,
it's about emotion.
It's about emotion. I just understand why men are just so mad all the time. Yeah. Watching sports is really hard on you.
Because it's just, we have no control.
We have no control. I'm almost like, I want to fast forward it. Let's get through the finals. Let's finish this thing off. Yeah. I can't. I don't want to do it. It's not fun.
Yeah, honestly, you freaking out over the games is good for me because it forces me to kind of like be calm. Like, and I'm like, I don't want you to like, I don't, both like, we take turns. Yeah. So when you're on your big turn, it's more peaceful for me. Be like, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah. And also, let's also not forget that yesterday there was about 4 minutes left in the game. Mm-hmm. The Knicks got to come back. And our food is about to be delivered, but our guy is at the wrong building and he's buzzing. He's like, let me in. I'm like, bro, you're not here. He's like, yes, I am. We live on the first floor. I open the door. I'm like, you're not there. I can see the front door. Uh-huh. And then and then he's like, I don't speak English. And I'm like, okay. So I text him just the address, and he's not answering, and then you had to go out with the
while during Jalen Brunson's dagger free throws. Yeah, I have to leave.
I have to leave to find this guy, but also we're watching the game still on his phone, even though we're home, because his phone is like 25 seconds ahead of our TV. So we're just watching it, and now I have it on the TV. Now I know I'm behind, so I'm like, he's saying all of this already, and I'm like pissed off. And the guy's not answering. You're outside for so long, and we just watched the Knicks win separately.
Yeah, so and then I finally tracked down the guy. He got his numbers mixed up, and I pointed that out, and he was like, oh, and I was like, don't worry about the next one.
Like, oh, family.
Yeah, family. Hello, family. Hola, Familia. Yeah, and it was just all good. We got the food. They sent us the wrong thing. No worries.
No worries there. It doesn't matter.
We made it work on the fly. We had a great dinner. And now here we are recording the podcast.
With pink eye.
With pink eye, congestion. and a bad sunburn, but we're here. We've done it for you guys. And honestly, man, what a time it's been.
What a time it's been.
I'm super proud of us for getting this episode out.
Me too. And I also just want to be very clear. I don't have sunburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I'm golden.
Yeah, you look great, boo.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Yeah, I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden.
Yeah, we just had a good time. We're doing well. Samantha's thinking about going to Beyonce this week.
I think I might do a last minute pick.
Yeah.
I didn't like Cowboy Carter, and I'm a huge Beyonce fan. I've been to 4 of her concerts.
Make no mistake, you are weighing up going to Cowboy Carter, an album that you did not like because you think Beyonce's daughter's cute.
100%. I want to see Rumi, and it's just what it is. I think she'll be in a good mood if I'm in the room.
Yeah, you're going to pay money to see this child come out, to see whether they're happy or sad.
Yeah.
You're paying a lot of money to see this child, and you feel great about it, and everybody's happy. A lot of people are sharing this experience, and one thing about that, pedophiles are seeing that like, oh, but when I do it, it's a fucking problem.
I'm also going to see Blue.
Yeah.
I want to see her kill it as well. She's a great dancer.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great. She's gorgeous. It's just,
She's gorgeous. They need to put her in basketball. She's got longer arms than Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, she really does.
She's on
I'm
limbs.
like, sign to the Knicks, please.
Sign to the Knicks. Have a guard Halliburton. Somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. It's just what it is. It's just a fun time that we've had this week.
Yeah, well, it is a fun time. I might be going to Beyonce, and JC has done everything in his power to not invite himself.
I don't want to go.
And he might have to go.
I'm not coming.
And he's going to go.
I'm not going. Are you crazy? I don't have an outfit.
Yeah, he's going to go.
I'm not going.
Yeah, we're going to go to TJ Maxx.
Absolutely count me in. I'm in. Fuck, I'm in. As long as it's not when the Knicks play, I'm in.
Yeah. She's a show on Wednesday or Thursday.
We'll see.
We'll see which way the Knicks play. And then
we'll see how the Knicks play, and then we go from there. If you catch me right after a huge Knicks winning Game 4, I will do anything.
Yeah. We also have the car, so we could drive to Jersey.
Ooh, we do. But I would, we'll be fine. I'll DD for you. It's who gives a shit. It's Beyonce. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, we might do that. Or we've had ourselves a great week. Is there any other highlights from this week that you want?
That's about it for me. I feel like I'm going to vomit.
Yeah. We've done a lot. And honestly, we're around about an hour. We're going to cut the episode a little short. Yeah, it was just a bit long one thing. Honestly, be happy that you guys got an episode because normal us would have skipped it. But let me just say, I'm very proud of us.
Me too.
We've been consistent. We're putting the clips out. We're trying to make it work. Thank you guys at home for always being so nice and listening to us. I did get recognized in DR for my comedy, which is super cool. Shout out to Ileana, came up to us in the lobby of the Hard Rock and said that she recognized me from doing comedy in the city. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, things are coming together. We're working. We put content out from the vacation. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of us and just want to keep going. And we can't do it without you guys at home. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode. Every time you see our comment, like, subscribe, engage with it, send it to your friends. If you're a silent listener, thank you. Drop a comment if you feel so compelled to. We love you guys, all right? We don't really have anything to plug. We got to get our dates, and we'll get them to you guys soon.
Yes.
But this has been another amazing episode of Soft Launch. I've been JC Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
Go Knicks.
Yes.
Knicks in 6.
And 6.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.